Good morning. It's Sunday, the 11th of March, 2018, and a happy Mother's Day to you. Oh, yeah. Did you forget? You've forgotten, haven't you? I told you you're going to have to rush down that supermarket and get those chocolates and flowers. If there's any left. I remember going into Waitrose last Mother's Day. Well, I wasn't going in for a Mother's Day item, but there was this whole area where the flowers are. This is last year. A whole area where the flowers and things are, and there was nothing there. It was just bare, empty. That would have been about 11:30 in the morning, I suppose. 10:30, 11:30 in the morning. There was nothing there. All the blokes are dead. They're like locusts. Locusts. Of course, the girls tend to remember. I think it's the blokes that forget. A little bit like engagement. Not engagement. The wedding anniversaries and things like that. The blokes always forget, don't they? Well, I've opened all my windows this morning, boys and girls. I have let the stench from winter blast through because it is officially spring now here on United Kingdom Talk. It is indeed. Do you like the spring background? Look, blossoms. What's the verb? Blossoms. Slow drops and daffodils, butterflies and bees. All kinds of... That's kind of a spring song, isn't it? Snowdrops, daffodils, butterflies. Yeah, that's a spring song. That one will do. I was considering singing for you this morning, Mother of Mine. But I thought if I do sing it, it'll be at the end of the show because it's a bit depressing, isn't it? It's a bit depressing. Especially if, like me, your mum's not here anymore. There's mine on there. A little picture of... Oh, it's on that. So I've moved things around. Have you noticed? I've moved things. There's me and mum there. So if there's anyone on there who's with us this morning and wants to wish their mum Happy Mother's Day or anything like that, then feel free to call in, boys and girls. There's the phone number up there, 020 8144 3477. Feel free to call in if you want to talk about your mum, anything like that. Perhaps... anything special she's done for you over the years. Well, everything is special, isn't it? Everything is special for your mums. Then the phone number's up there, okay? 0208144 3477. There's a Skype in as well. You can Skype in on United Kingdom Talk. If you've got Skype, United Kingdom Talk is the Skype username. Okay, let's say hello to some early people here. Good morning, Kevin Bell in the USA. You're up early this morning on a Sunday. He's got the first message in this morning. Good morning, Kevin. Morning to Adam the Plumber is in the house. Palro, good morning, Palro. Welcome to the show, sir. Diane Jebb's there. Morning, Diane. Lily, hello, Lily. When are you coming to sing at the karaoke again? It's been so long, dear. Ain't seen you for ages. Good morning, Lily. Good morning, Colin. Hello, Colin. I've got no news yet from the city of Quebec. The new governor there said he'd get back to me at some point. It takes a while to kind of, when you take over a venue, to get your feet under the table and decide you want it. He may decide he wants someone else, which is fine. But my name's up there, so you never know, Colin. We'll see what happens there, okay? Good morning, Emma. Morning, Emma. Ray Reynolds is in the house, and he's good morning from Fred Scuttle, Nicholas Parsons, all that. He's not really there. He just says that. I don't know why. The man is on another planet, Ray Reynolds. He really is. Good morning, Ray. Morning, Ray. Lee West. Good morning, Lee. Up to north. Hello to the lovely, delightful rugby-playing Jake Reed, who suffered a little bit of homophobic abuse the other week, didn't you, my darling? Well, he saw them off. Picked the wrong person there, didn't they? Eh? Good morning, Jake. I was very good at rugby myself at school, you know. Yes, I was fullback. London Oratory. Did you ever play London Oratory School? That's the school I went to. I was full back. Yes. I wasn't in the school team, actually. I wasn't very good at rugby until I got into fifth form. And then I never forget it, actually, Jake. I was one of those people who weren't really into sport, and I still aren't now, to be honest. I go swimming every day, except on a Sunday. I do some cycling. I do a lot of walking. But football, rugby, anything like that, I wasn't into. And the whole school, I was one of those boys that would hang around the side of the rugby pitch. Do you know what I mean? I'd be hanging around the side, not really wanting to get involved. The ball would come towards me, and I'd run the other way. I was one of those. But there was I don't know what happened. It was early into my 5th year. I think it was some sort of house competition. And for some reason, I was in the team. I think everyone had to be in the team, actually. Everyone had to be in the team. So I'm on this rugby field, and I was doing my usual hanging around the side. But something was in my mind and saying, why don't you just grab the ball at some point and go for a run? And then blow me down, this ball suddenly landed right in front of me. My team, they looked so disappointed it had landed in front of me because they knew I wasn't interested. The teacher knew I wasn't. There was a few of us, I wasn't the only one. There's a few boys in the school who don't want to do the sport. I was one of them. Well, this ball landed in front of me, much to the frustration of the people in my own team, who nevertheless shouted out, "Go on, Reardon! Go on, do it!" The other team are now running towards me at full force because the ball's in front of me. Well, I've picked this thing up and I've gone for it, haven't I? I've gone for it and I've run and they're all cheering me on. I felt the best ever. I'm running through and I wasn't fat, but I was a reasonable size. Two of these pathetic boys from the other team sort of tried to grab me, and I just knocked them flying. And I scored a try. And it was from at that point I suddenly became interested. Isn't that weird? Now, because I'd never really played before, I wasn't sure of the rules, so I was doing things. And now and again, the teacher would come up. He wouldn't shout at me. He'd have a quiet word. You pushed it forward there. Not allowed to push it forward, Reardon. Okay, sir. Right, and I learned very quickly and suddenly became into that. Well, Jake plays rugby, or I think he used to play rugby. I don't know if he still does it now. So good morning to you, Jake. Good morning, Gary Davidson. Terry's there. Good morning, Terry, who's in Gran Canaria. Oh, it's a few years since I went there, Terry. I used to love it there, actually. Gran Canaria, I went 3 times. After that, it was enough. Oh, dear me. I didn't drink much. I was one of those that would come out and straight into the little rooms. I'd spend the entire night in a love. Who is that man who lays in the bath? Very, very strange and mysterious. Good morning to William, who's in Sydney, who have had a very fantastic Mardi Gras over there, haven't you? I was watching some of your wonderful interviews and all that on your Facebook page. Fantastic time you've had down there at the Sydney Mardi Gras, and it was a special one. Was it like 50 Mardi Gras or 25, a special anniversary Mardi Gras down in Sydney, something that I'd never been to. I don't know if I'm a little bit old to go to something like that now, a Mardi Gras. I can't see me wearing a pair of small white shorts or anything like that, and one of those vests that is just like the thinnest piece of material ever. I mean, I don't know why some of them wear them. Have you seen them? The gym boys wear them, don't they? Those tiny little vests. Have you seen those vests? And you put them on and they stop here. What's all that about? Why have you even bothered to put that on? And they pay an arm and a leg for that sort of stuff. It's all labels, dear. All labels. Have you got one, William? One of those vests? Maybe not, lovey. Maybe not the right shape for one of those, lovey. Oh, well, darling. Some of us can wear them. I could probably wear one. I could probably come on here in a muscle vest and you'd all be like that at me, wouldn't you? I know that is the case. I know. I may try one on later. I may order one and try one out on you in the summer period. Not quite yet. It's a little bit chilly still. It's not bad out today. It's warm-ish. Not as warm as it is in Sydney. We've got about I think about 55, 60 degrees today. Yes. Oh, in centigrade. Well, it's 60 divided by 2 minus 30. So it's about 95 degrees centigrade today, approximately. I can't give you the exact... I'm not very good at maths, but I think that is the case. Sometimes I get the formula a little bit wrong, but I reckon it is round about 95 degrees centigrade outside today, definitely, which is about 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes. In other words, warm-ish. Warm-ish. Probably a lot warmer where Terry is in Gran Canaria. He's retired. Don't do anything. What's he do? Just sits there with his little glass. Is it like Benidorm where you are? I bet it is. Well, you're in a 1-star. You're in a 1-star hotel, Terry. take your own mattress job, is it? Someone called me a mattress once. I don't know why that is. Thank you to Adam, who loves the new spring backdrop. Look at that. Look at the blossoms. Isn't it beautiful? I do like a blossom tree. Ray Reynolds also loving the springtime backdrop. We have branches everywhere. Yeah, I put it upside down on first. I did. You think I'm joking? How can you put that on upside down? I had the grass at the top. I've done a few staples with one of my favourite tools. Where is it now? One moment, please. Let me go and get that. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is my favourite tool. The gun stapler. Who remembers getting hold of the teacher's gun stapler at school? Oh, mind the eyes, mind the eyes. I love it. You need one of these gun staplers, boys and girls. And if you have young children at home, these are very useful, right? When the child is bad, what you do is you put them up against the wall like that, and you staple their clothes to the wall so that they can't move. And you don't give them any food or drink for about 3 minutes, because that's all they can cope with. And then they'll soon calm down after that, dear. Staple your child to a spare wall somewhere, yes. Good morning, Merlin. Morning, Merlin. Poor Lily's been so too busy to come and see us at the karaoke. We need your talent here. You and your husband, get down there. Merlin loved playing rugby at school, was in the house team until I had to have a replacement knee installed. Well, didn't that make you more bionic? Surely that's against people with bad knees, that is. That's against people with bad knees. I've got a little bit of a bad knee. I was talking to a bloke last night, actually, in the pub where I was doing some DJing last night. And he said, where is it? So I pointed. He said, oh, that's your hamstring. It's down the side. Would you like to see? I'll show you where it is. It's down the side. One moment. I'll have to stand up for this. Oh, hang on. I've got just a minute now. It's here. Oh, dear. I'm going to show you exactly where it is, dear. Oh, I can't get the trousers. I don't think I can get these over my calves. No, it's here. Here. So if here's my knee. Right, so it's. Now where is it now? It's not. I might get. Yeah, right there. That's where my problem is. That's where my knee problem is. And someone said, "Oh, I've got a revolving chair here. This wasn't a clever idea, was it? Just a minute now." That's better. Someone said. It's a hamstring. I've got to do some sort of hamstring exercises, which is I'm not quite sure exactly what that was. Footballers and very, very fit people get those problems, don't they? Yes. William says, my Speedo and tight vest days are long gone. It was the 40th anniversary of the first Sydney Mardi Gras. You'd love it, never too old. Maybe I will come one year, William. Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I will come to that one year. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I expect the hotels are quite expensive around that time, aren't they? But there we are. 1 star would be luxury where Terry's staying. Oh, is it as bad as that, my love? Oh, you don't strike me as a cheapskate, Terry. Well, you do, actually. Yeah, I can say. What, are you in a tent? Have you got a tent? Do they have tents that you can stay in Gran Canaria? You could stay in one of those dark rooms, couldn't you? No one would notice you there. People have died in those rooms. They don't find them for hours afterwards, dear. Dear me. Ray went to Gran Canaria with Tricky Dicky and Tony in 1980 and went for 25 years. What, you went for 25 years there? Oh, blimey. How can I say this? Okay. My record in Gran Canaria was 35. I only went for a week. That's good, isn't it? 35, 1 week. That's fantastic, isn't it? Yes. Morning, Alan Russell, who's cycling around London getting fit again. Christ, were you on the bike all week then, dear? It takes more than 5 minutes to get fit. You can't do it in a day. You've got to keep doing it every day. You need to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'll be honest with you. Do you think you're safe on that bike on the London roads? Because I wouldn't cycle on a London road anymore. Oh, dear. So dangerous. So dangerous. Good morning to Pete Branch in Brazil. Andy Baker's there. Good morning, Andy. Sunny Birmingham. I'm glad you like our spring background there. Tent on the dunes. Do you know, I never found... this is really sad. I never found the sand dunes in Gran Canaria. Nope, I didn't find them. I'm absolutely serious. I didn't find them. I tell you where I was staying. I can't remember the exact name, but I can describe where it was. So you would come out of the Jumbo Centre and you walk down this road, and then you come along so far through hotels either side, and I think it was a straight road, and then you would go down and round. And at the top of the bit where you go down, you could look down on all these little hotels. Do you know where I am? You'd go down and round, and it was a lovely walk, actually. 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, I'd be walking home, off my head. I won't lie to you, off my head. Walking down, and it was lovely and sunny, and I just had the tiniest pair of shorts. It was about 10 years ago, that was. Morning, Charles Johnson, who's in Baltimore, Maryland. Welcome along, Charles. Used to live at Balmoral Towers in the USA. That sounds really posh, Charles. Is that a posh place? Balmoral Towers. That sounds very, very posh, sir. Wow. I want to say a very big hello to those of you watching on some of the Learn English Facebook groups as well this morning. I know you're often there this time of the morning, so welcome along to you. Over on the other formats, good morning to Alexandre, who's watching via Periscope. Steve Martins. Joanna is loving the new background. Thank you, Joanna. By the way, that wasn't expensive. That background was about 20 quid. That's all. They're made in China. I've got a summer one here as well, which is actually very similar, but without the blossom. Very similar. I shall be speaking to you from a forest. Oh, yes. So thank you for that. Good morning to Richard Grant, who's watching in Northampton today. Hello, Richard. One of my great nieces is severely disabled. She goes to a special hospital. I think it's Northampton. Northampton or Nottingham, one of the two. I always get confused with Northampton and Nottingham. They're not near each other, are they? I don't know why that is. Richard said sport is a good thing. Yeah, you're absolutely right. If you do it. There's a lot of fat middle-aged blokes who just sit there watching the telly and don't do anything. I'm not so sure that sort of sport is good for you. You've got to be out and do it. Anything at all. Walking, swimming, cycling, running. I used to do a bit of running as well. Which I enjoyed, actually. It's hard work for the first, 10 minutes, and then you kind of get into this stride. And I actually built, I'm going back here about 5 or 6 years ago, I built up to doing an hour's running every single day. But my knees started playing up, unfortunately, so I had to stop doing it. Oh, the pain in my knees. Oh, it was awful. Awful, and I had to stop doing it. And the doctor actually said, "You go jogging?" I said, "Yes." He said, "No, stop." But I really enjoyed it. And there's a point where you keep running, you're going, and then suddenly you get this moment of euphoria. If you're a runner, you'll know exactly what I mean. You're running away, and then suddenly, oh, like that. I can't explain it to you any more than that. A moment of euphoria. You don't get it all the time, but sometimes. After you've been running for so far there. Good morning, Andrew Parker on the YouTube there. He's with us as well. Paul Mosley's there on the YouTube. And Andrew came along to did you enjoy the karaoke on Friday? Our karaoke stream? Yes. Sometimes it cuts off, and I'll tell you why that is. Sometimes we lose the karaoke stream. That's because we're using the wireless in the pub. If I had a connection directly into the computer, it'd probably be all right. This in here, this is all wired in. I don't use wireless when I'm doing these shows. Everything is plugged directly into the router. Now, in the pub, I use the Wi-Fi, which is a good one. It's probably the best Wi-Fi of any pub that I've ever come across. We got download speeds of 40 meg, uploads at 20, but it is Wi-Fi. And where I am situated, we've only got 2 bars on the Wi-Fi signal, and sometimes it drops out, and that's why. So there we are. Paul came on late this morning. Oh, well, you missed that, Paul. You missed me standing on the desk, didn't you? Let's have a look there. Jamie cycles around London, not on those Santander ones. Dangerous and no one knows what they're doing. Oh, yeah, especially the Chinese tourists. Well, not just the Chinese, any tourists. People, this is the thing with those bikes in London. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. It gets a lot of people off the road, I think. But there are people hiring those bikes who have never been on a bike. Have you seen them on the roads? They're all over the place, dear. Santander. No, they're not. Are they Santander? Yeah, they are Santander bikes. I think it's amazing how that all works. That whole hire. Oh, I've got a blooming whistle in my ear now. Do you ever get that? I've got a high-pitched whistle in my ear just to start it. It'll go in a minute. I think it's amazing how they maintain all those bikes. You've never seen one with a puncture, have you? You never see someone pushing one along because the tyre's just gone bang. I mean, the whole thing of maintaining them, and I gather they have to move them around sometimes, you know, if they've got no bikes there in that spot and too many on that spot. There's a little van comes around, picks them all up and puts them over there. I think that's amazing. I really do. But you should have some sort of license to, you know, to cycle on these damn things, shouldn't you? What do you think about cycling helmets? For or against? I have to say I'm against. I know that's probably the wrong thing to say, because at the end of the day, if you come off your bike, you bang your head, good chance you're going to be dead, isn't it? If you've got a hat on and you bang that, the hat will break and your head will still, hopefully, perhaps a bit of a bruise, but it should protect your head. You know, that the helmet breaks rather than your skull. So it probably would be better to force everyone to wear them. In Australia, I know that over there, everyone, you have to, it's a legal thing. You have to wear a cycle helmet. And, you know, sensibly speaking, I think that's probably the correct thing to do. But I've tried them on before, and I don't like something attached to my head. A motorcycle thing as well. Of course, motorcycle. Very, very important to have one of those things on here, and I think in most places of the world. Although there are some places. I think Spain, you don't have to have one. Is it Spain? You don't need a motorcycle helmet? Certainly over here you do. And I've tried one of those on. Oh, they're dreadful. Have you tried? Everyone tried one on? This thing just covers the whole of your head. You've got this little thing to look at. Oh, no, I can't be doing with that, dear. Oh, it's like being stuck in an enclosed space, isn't it? Paul says Boris bikes are a pain. No one can ride them properly. Yeah, I know. I've seen it. Kevin says, what is the Learn English thing you were talking about? Oh, there's lots of Learn English groups on Facebook. If you type into the Facebook search thing, Learn English, you will come up with hundreds of groups of various people who are trying to learn English and other people that think they might be able to help them learn English. That is why I put this show on there as well. You know, anyone sort of... it could be anyone talking, couldn't it? It just happens to be me. So that's why I put this show on there. Campo de Golf. Good morning, John McGinley. Morning, sir. Where have you been? You haven't been down the pub lately since you were really drunk that time, have you, my love? Are you embarrassed to come in there? No one's going to remember, only me, and I'd be the last person to say from the stage, oh, look, there's John who was really drunk last time. Charles says, do you ride recumbent trikes? I don't know what that is, recumbent trikes. I don't know what that is. So could you tell me what that is, please? Alan says, can you run? You couldn't run a bath. I haven't got a bath. I've only got a shower. Got rid of the bath about 20 years ago. Disgusting things. Oh, how can anyone lay in a bath? It is disgusting. You lay in there, all the dirt's coming off, and you're laying in your own dirt. And anything else that might drop off you in the bath. Dead. Oh, it's awful. Awful. I have a shower, you know, the shower, the water comes on your body and the dirt disintegrates and goes down that little drain to wherever it goes to. Very strange. Jordan says I sorted out the Wi-Fi. No, we got cut off again Friday. It's not bad, Jordan. It's not bad, but I didn't know you were there. Fancy you being there. But I could do with a wire so I could plug directly in, but it would involve running it from there to there, wouldn't it? Which is a bit of a long way. It's all right. Don't worry about it. It doesn't happen all the time, just occasionally. It's just that I'm quite far away from the Wi-Fi, aren't I? But don't worry about it. It's just one of those things. Ray met Cynthia Payne in Grand Connect. Did you really? Oh, I love her. We're just providing a service to the men, wasn't it? Old Cynthia Payne, dear. Tinnitus is no, it's gone now. It's gone now. Sometimes I get this high-pitched whistle. Very, very high-pitched whistle. Perhaps cats and dogs can hear it, can't they? Eh? Good morning, Paul Dow. Morning, Paul Dow, who's doing excellently well at Slimming World. He's lost a lot of weight, Paul. Another £2 off this week. Congratulations, Paul. My friend Wendy is continuing to lose weight as well. A lot of people doing this Slimming World now. You may remember last week I had a bit of a bad week. Like I put on £3 last week accidentally. Well, I know exactly how I did it. What happened is that I did this afternoon tea myself and I bought too much food. And rather than chuck it away, the afternoon tea spilled over onto the next 4 days. Bread, cakes, because I bought too much. You don't chuck it away, do you? So that's how I put on the extra £3. My next weigh-in is on Tuesday morning. I'm guessing I will probably go back down £2. Don't worry, I'm still under my target range. I'm still under that. I never went over that, but I was very close to it. So immediate action must take place. You want to lose weight? Go to Slimming World. It really works and you won't be hungry. I'm absolutely honest with you. Okay, there's a lot of people doing this Slimming World now. Paul's very successful at it as well. Paul says they're mad in London on bikes. We should have pedestrian lanes so people know which side to walk on. Now, that's a good idea. I never thought of that. If you had... So you wouldn't have to have bike lanes. You could have pedestrians one side of the road and cyclists on the other side. That would work, wouldn't it? Mind you, you've always got to have people and bikes crossing over because they want to get to the other side. I don't know. I think Amsterdam is quite good for bikes, isn't it? They're kind of set up. Our bike lane. I mean, how you can take out an entire traffic lane to put a cycle lane is beyond me. They've done that along the embankment near Millbank, Chelsea way. They took out an entire traffic lane to put a cycling lane. That's just madness, that is. Have you tried driving around there now? What about Elephant and Castle? Anyone been round to Elephant and Castle in the last couple of years since they did that roundabout? My God, that's complicated. They clearly don't want anyone to drive anywhere in London, do they? Good morning, Kevin, who likes the new background. Thank you. Charles Johnson is there. Best head protection for doing 180 mile an hour. I'm sure it is. I can't get that fast on my bike, though, Charles, to be honest. I can get up to about 30 mile an hour, I think, down a hill. Andrew says, what about the electric bikes? Yes. Now, I was in Halfords the other day, funnily enough. Now, what did I have to... I bent my gears. I bent the gears on the back of my bike. What happened is I was cycling down to the shops. Generally, I don't get the car out during the daytime. The car is for going to work. That's it. Unless I've got something big to take down to the rubbish dump or got a lot of shopping to do or something like that. The car doesn't tend to come out the garage, okay? Unless I'm going to work. So I cycle everywhere. And I was cycling down to the shops and I heard the back wheel pick up a stick. I didn't think anything more of it. Usually it picks up a stick in my... Click, 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 a few times, and then it just dropped off. Not this time. Click, 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 click. Oh, come on. Click, 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 click. Oh, come on. Click, click. Oh, I thought, I'll have to stop. So I stopped and I looked down and there indeed was a stick in the back wheel. So I thought, well, I'll reverse and then it'll just drop out. So I've reversed, but I'm not looking. I just reversed on the because we got cycle lanes in Bracknell. It's brilliant. Don't have to go on the road here at all usually. Very good cycle lanes and some pedestrian sharing cycle lanes as well. So I've gone back and I thought, well, that'll get rid of it. And then I've gone forward, and I've done very quickly put my feet back on the pedals and cycled hard. And suddenly it comes to an abrupt halt. And I thought, oh no, the chain's off. And I looked down and all the gears were bent by that stick because I couldn't be bothered to get off the bike and pull the stick out. So I then went down, took that down to Halfords. I said, oh, yeah, I've damaged the bike. And he said, yes, let's have a look there. So, oh, yeah, I can fix that for you. I said, it's going to be less than £100. He said, oh, yeah, I should think so. Much less than that. OK, thank you very much. So I left it I think he said, come back later. I said, I'll come back tomorrow. In fact, I left it for 2 days. Went back there, had it all fixed, £58. He put on a new bracket thing at the back. What else did he do? Oh, I had some lights put on there because I didn't have any lights on the front. Not that I use it at night. And something else. Something else was bent. Oh, the derailleur gears. They were all bent as well. So I had all those replaced. While I was in there, they've got a selection of electric bikes. And I've got to say, I was tempted. Mind you, the price, £1,200. These electric bikes were £1,200. A little bit more than I'd like to pay for a bike. So I called the boys. The boys come over. He said, there's your bike, mate. I said, what are these like to ride? He said, they're really good. He said, but don't buy one now. This is the boy in Alfred's. You see, this is the thing. You've got to get talking to staff. Then you find out things. Secret things. We are secret squirrel. Secret squirrel. Secret things. And he said, don't buy one now. Wait till the sale, because they have massive discounts on the electric bikes during sales. I said, go on. He said, well, you'd be looking at about a £400 or £500 off when there's a sale. So usually they're about £1,200. In a sale, 6 or 7, I would guess. So I thought, well, thanks very much for letting us know that. But, you know, and then I got on my bike, and I've been thinking about an electric bike now ever since I went to Israel. Because when I was in Israel, in Tel Aviv, they've got like, in front of the beach, there's like a cycle track that goes all the way along the beach in Tel Aviv. And up and down there are loads of electric bikes. And and they're fast. I'll tell you, they must be doing 20, 25 mile an hour, these little bikes. And there's no one pushing the pedals around. I thought, how fantastic are they? You know, wonderful. But it kind of defeats the object of having a bike to help yourself keep fit, doesn't it? Don't you think? There is different settings on these bikes. You can switch it to one thing where you just push the button, take your feet off the pedals, and off it goes. And they do like 20. You can get them to do up to 40 miles, I think, on a single charge, which is that's not bad, is it? 40 miles on a single charge. Or you can set it to a setting where it takes it eases your pedaling. So when sometimes you're pedaling, oh God, this is hard. Then you flick a switch and it becomes easier to pedal, like assisted pedaling. So yeah, you can get them to do various different things. But I thought, no, you know, if you had a problem with your knees and that, I can understand it. But to buy an electric bike just because you're lazy, and I thought, no, probably not the best thing to do. Andrew says it's got to be great when you fly past people on hills, as I read in the face, puffing along. Yes, that would be that setting, Andrew. So you put it on the assisted pedal thing, and then it helps you up the hill. And apparently it's really easy to cycle up hills on electric bikes. Yeah. DJ Chris, that's right, Joe. Hello. Andrew, what's £99, Andrew? What, electric bikes are a bit more than that, mate. Andrew says, use an exercise bike at home and pop a laptop on the ironing board next to you for entertainment. I could do my show. I could generate my own electricity for the show, couldn't I, eh? Oh, Alan's going to be a granddad. Congratulations, Alan. Granddad, love you. That's what you all mean to me. Clive Dunn, wasn't it? Clive Dunn, who, of course, was in that excellent TV programme, Dad's Army, which is still on the telly, isn't it? BBC Two still showed Dad's Army on a Saturday night. God, I wonder if Benidorm will get that sort of stuff. Benidorm, I saw the second episode of Benidorm this week. How fantastic. Hilarious. Anyone see it? The new episode of Benidorm, episode 2, now up on the ITV... the ITV iPlayer, I think it's called, or something like that. ITV iPlayer, Benidorm, Programme 2, hilarious. Oh my God, the old granny is hilarious. Hilarious. 10 seasons now they've had on the telly, 10 TV series of Benidorm, and each one is just as good as the one before. So keep an eye for that one, Benidorm. Anyone see it? It was really good. Oh, I beg your pardon. Yes, well under, not 99.99. It was about 58 quid. It was 58 quid. No, Andrew, they haven't cancelled the last series of Benidorm. Incorrect. That's what the papers have said. It's incorrect. because I know the writer. And he's agreed to come on and do a little bit of a chat about his work and all that. So we're going to meet up with the creator soon. That's right. Yes, that's right. He's in negotiations with that as well. But John says he's never drinking again. Yeah, I've heard that one before, mate. Thank you, Jordan. He's going to look into a wire, are you? Thank you. It should be quite easy. It's just plug in one end, plug in at the other. But it's running the blooming cable across the roof. That's the trouble. Charles says recumbent bikes are seated like a cart. Looks like you're riding a reclining chair. Yes, Charles, I know what you mean now. There's a disabled chap around here who's got this like bike, and I've seen them before. I think he's got a pedal one, and he's laying like on a bed. Pedal it. Now, I've seen a disabled bloke, I don't know, years ago now, he might not be around anymore. I'm going back about 30 years now. And he used to cycle through Richmond Park. And he had like a lay-down thing, but he used to pedal with his hands. It kind of like two handles, like pedals, but up here, and he'd go along like that. See? So sometimes, having a disability doesn't mean that you can't enjoy things like that. I think it's fantastic, some of the stuff that people are coming out with now for disabled people. And I very much like the fact that disabled people are now featuring more in television shows. Have you noticed? For example, there's a weather lady. She's only got one arm. She's on there. There's, of course, politician, the blind politician, Labour bloke he is. And the little lady who's on, a crime show. Can't remember what it is now. It's a story, like a drama. I can't remember now what it is. Silent Witness. That lady's the little lady in the wheelchair. She was mugged a while ago. She was mugged. You know the little lady on Silent Witness? I'm sorry, I don't remember her name. She was actually mugged. I mean, what scum could mug someone in a wheelchair? It was near where I work, I think, around King's Cross. Disgusting. Just terrible. I hope they got the person. Slim imprisoned here. Sometimes, I know you're probably with the whole human rights thing and all that business, but sometimes certain laws in like Saudi Arabia and all that, where if you nick something, you cut your hand off. They cut your blooming hand off. Good. Nothing wrong with that. And some people say, oh, that's a bit harsh. Why is that harsh? You nick something, you break into someone's house, then yes, cut the blooming hands off so they don't do it again. I bet they don't have much crime over in Saudi or places like that where they do this sort of thing. Dreadful people, dreadful. Alan's been eating Ryvita lately. I ain't had that for years. Cream cheese and cucumber. Ryvita? Oh, no. I mean, why don't you just get yourself a cardboard box and cut it up in squares and put a bit of cheese on that? You might as well. Cardboard box and cream cheese, please. Paul says walking. Did you say, is that walking you've written there? Yes. Walking. Walking is good if you're allowed to walk properly and quick. Yep, that's true. Walking is very good. Good morning to Joseph. Morning to you, sir. Morning, Joseph Schoenbarger. Welcome along to the show, Joseph. Terry says bikes are great exercise. If you get electric, it will stop the effect. Exactly. This is the thing. I am about in a straight line, do you mean, Alan? If I get the quick route, I'm only about 30 miles from Central Station. However, that sometimes goes up to 55 if I have to take a long route round due to traffic. I don't know if you're aware, Alan, but it's now taken me 2 hours to get to work since November. I don't know what happened in November. Usually the previous 2 years, the traffic gets busy November right through to Christmas, and then it drops back off again to about an hour and a half. Right? It's taken me 2 hours every time I go to the two brewers. Every time I go to Central Station and every time I go to the King's Head Theatre Bar. It now takes me 2 hours to get to work, and I don't know why. It's traffic. Traffic all over the place. They're doing some work on the Euston Road. Oh, they're doing work on the Euston Road at the moment. So now certainly coming back from there, I found another route. So the way I go back home now, Alan, is instead of going along the Euston, I don't go on the Euston Road. I go up York Way and turn left through those new flats with the big lake or pond. Do you know where I am? Then I go under the bridge and I go up towards Camden. Okay? Go up towards Camden, then I turn left somewhere and I go through two different ways I go now. I'll go either through the park and along the outer perimeter and rejoin the Euston Road by turning right somewhere. Or I go right the way up to, I think it's by a canal. I go along a straight canal and then I join the A40 there, although you have to go right round and back underneath it and then over it. So it's a bit more awkward that way. Because they're digging up the Euston Road at the moment. And what are they doing there? The other day, where I rejoined it, they'd actually closed Euston Road from that point. I think it was... It wasn't... I don't think it was too far from Baker Street. They closed it there somewhere. Okay? They actually closed the Euston Road coming in towards King's Cross. And they were forcing all the traffic to turn right. Now, this would have been... I got there at about 12:20 midnight. 12:20. My God, you should have seen the queue of cars. These lights were letting through like 3 cars at a time. 3 cars at a time were turning right and they go ready to go. The cars, of course, from 3 lanes down to 1 lane, weren't they? Dreadful. Dreadful, dreadful, dreadful. Good morning, Mary. Oh, stay there, Mary. A woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle, but we could all use a good ride every now and then. Yeah, I'm available for rides. Now, funnily enough, you're there, Mary. I found your birthday card to me, and I wanted to show you what Mary gave me for my birthday. And it's really kind. It says, to Chris, this is a month ago now. To Chris, have a good one. Don't spend all your birthday money once. Love, non-Irish Mary. And look what she gave me. A whole pound. A whole pound. I just don't know what I'm going to spend this on, Mary. What will I spend this pound on? Not an afternoon tea at Selfridges. Oh, dear. Now, if you were with us on Friday's show, I did tell you afternoon tea at Selfridges. There was a little bit of a... it was all nice, except for one thing, and that is we asked for 2 extra scones, and they had the audacity to charge us for 2 extra scones. After spending 80 quid on 2 afternoon teas, right? We asked for a couple of extra scones, and they charged us £9.50 for 2 extra scones, which is just outrageous. That is out. When you go for an afternoon tea, it's expensive. You don't expect to be charged for extra. I mean, what does a scone cost Selfridges? 10 pence? Something like that? So I was annoyed by that. Anyway, my mate wrote to them. They've only refunded the entire bill. £100. Yeah? They've sent me a gift card. So top marks to them for taking notice of that. But you know, as I said on the show Friday, when you pay a large amount for something, you expect everything to be in. Every other afternoon tea we've been to, I have to say Harrods was the best one for this. They kept coming over. Do you want any more sandwiches? Do you want any more of this? Do you want... they were really good. That was the best one of the lot. All the others were the same. You know, if we said, oh, can we have an extra scone, please? Remember, you can only eat so much. There's quite a lot there anyway. So all you want is perhaps 1 extra sandwich, and we're talking fingers now, or maybe 1 extra scone, maybe a couple of extra little cakes. The cakes are very small. That's all. What's that going to cost them? 40 pence? 30 pence maybe? Something like that? And everywhere else, they've just arrived. You know, I'll have an extra scone. By the way, there's another cake as well. Oh, thanks very much. You know, we'd like an extra sandwich, yes, please. And it just comes, and it don't cost any more. It's still the same price. But that wasn't the case at Selfridges. They had the audacity to charge us an extra £9 when we've just spent 80 quid. On an afternoon tea, and weren't having any of that. And so my mate wrote to them, and they came back to us. Really, really nice email came back, and they're going to send us a gift card for the whole amount, which is very, very fair. Which is very fair. But, you know, would that make any difference if you now went there? You see what I mean? Will you now get a scone extra if you want one? I doubt it very much. We weren't happy with that at all, really. Everything else was fine. Service great. Although they didn't come out over and offer more tea. Now, again, every warehouse that we've been, they kind of watch and they know. The very, very good staff in hotels are really good at spotting when you need something without you actually having to come over. I'll get you some more tea. Oh, thanks very much. You know, this is what you're paying for. You're paying for that. And if you're paying for that and you don't get it, well, no. I mean, we did have an afternoon tea at Petite Valerie. That was very different indeed. You know, they put it down on the table, that was it. But then again, you're in a shop, they're serving people. We knew it would be a little bit different. In a hotel, just keeps coming. And then you sit there, you can sit on an afternoon tea 2 hours, taking in the atmosphere. But it didn't work so well there. So top marks to Selfridges for coming back to us there. It is Sconegate. That's right, Paul. Sconegate. Sconegate. Andrew Parker reckons Mayor Chaka Khan. What's his name again? Mayor Khan. Sadiq. Mayor Sadiq Khan is playing with the traffic light settings. I bet he's got a little board at home, Sadiq Khan. He's... or an app. He's got an app. I bet he's there. He's got all the traffic cameras. All right, let's start. That's Chris Ridden. Right, he said something nasty about me. Boop. And all the lights go red. I bet Sadiq Khan has absolutely got some sort of computer game at home where he can just stop all the traffic and then just sits there laughing with his mates. Don't know what I'm going to do with this pound, Mary. What do you suggest I do with it, eh? I shall take. Don't worry, it will get spent. I never walk past a coin in the road. Do you? I'm on that floor. I found 10 pence this week in 2 separate 5 pence incidences. Yes. Walk into the swimming pool. 2 5p's I've found this week. Hooray! Lovely. Morning, Lee West. My friend made a petrol bike. He's got a lawnmower engine on it. Has he? If I ever moved, Lee, which is unlikely because I like it here, if I ever moved, I would have to have a great, one of those big gardens that you sit on like a tractor type affair, don't you? And do the grass like that. Oh, I'd love that. I'd love a great big garden. There's a tiny possibility that one day I might move up north to be near my sister and the children. Well, the nieces and nephews are not children anymore. 21, 33 and 30, I think they are. But now we have great-grandchildren. Or in my case, great nieces and great nephews. 5, 4 months and 3. I'm sure that's all their ages. To be nearer to them. But of course, I'd be too far to come to London to do my work, which I love. Thank you. Andy says, I hope they eventually bring back the Garveys in Benidorm. Yes, I don't know what stories he's got coming up, but it is just as hilarious as it was. Skegness, there's something going on with a Skegness story, yeah. I'm hoping to meet up with the writer, Darren Litton, at some point, and we're going to do a little video, and I'll ask him about all these things then, all right? Charles, they are greatest. Try a recumbent bike. I don't know, mate. I don't think I'd like to be laying on the floor like that. I'm the same with cars. I've got a car now where you go, it's quite a high car. Do you know what I mean? Not like a sports car. Now, my mate, he's got a lovely BMW, and it is beautiful. But you get down into it, and I'm so uncomfortable in that car. I've got a Toyota RAV4, so you go up and you sit up. You're quite up. I don't think I could ever go down to sit in a car again and be comfortable. I'm so uncomfortable in a low car, especially sports cars. They're really uncomfortable, aren't they? Sports cars, don't you find? With those bucket seats. You like this, didn't you? You like this in your seat. Dreadful. Annie went to a drama play last night. They had people of all ages and disabilities, but had a fantastic time. Worth missing Anne and Dec for. Well, Anne and Dec. Now I've been dipping in and out of that. don't do anything for me anymore. I don't know why. I don't know why, the whole ant and deck thing. I think they're on a bit too much for me to enjoy them anymore. Because the TV companies do this, don't they, now? They find someone that they like, and then they just put them on every single show. I mean, how many more programs are we going to see Phil Schofield on? And Holly Willoughby? And who's that other one? Oh, Ben Shepherd. I can't bear him. So fake. Hello and welcome to the Ben Shepherd Show. My name's Ben Shepherd and I love myself. It's all like that. It's so fake. Yeah, if you want to smile, smile and be genuine. Here is a genuine smile. And here's another one. Good afternoon to Mark Jones. You're in the afternoon now, aren't we? Welcome to the show. Regent's Park is always quicker. Yes, it is. Very quick to go around Regent's Park. Oh, wouldn't you love a house there, Terry? Do you know, I was driving around there last night thinking to myself, because I don't desire anything. I'm not one of those people, I want that. I don't desire anything. Honestly, I don't. I talked to a bloke last night, funnily enough, in a pub who's he's got a bit of money, you know, and he likes expensive things, Gucci bag, Rolls Royce, all this sort of stuff, right? And I said, I just don't desire anything. But I was driving around that park last night. I thought how wonderful it would be to have one of those houses or flats. I like the white houses, you know, with the big wooden doors. Wow. I mean, not £1,000,000, millions of pounds they cost. Millions. And I think if I won the lottery, I'd like something like that. And the route, funnily enough, the route I took into work last night was through Queen's Gate and past the museums and the Royal Albert Hall. And round there, there's little Mews roads. Well, not roads, are the Mewses, with the white houses and the cobblestone in the middle. Oh, I wouldn't mind one of those, I think. Would I live in there permanently? No, probably not. I don't think I'd want to live in permanently, but I might spend a few days there. You know, when you've won the lottery, you can do this sort of thing. Might spend a few days in that house, a couple of days there, a couple of days there. Would I worry about the driving? Oh, no. No, I'd have someone to drive me around. Proper chauffeur. A chauffeur. Oh, good morning, Mr. Ritter. What time would you like me tomorrow? Oh, if you could pick us up about 9 o'clock in the morning. Yes, okay, sir. 9 o'clock in the morning. You wouldn't ring the bell. Wouldn't need to do that because I'm very on time. I don't like to keep people waiting around. That'd be lovely. So 9 o'clock, I'd come out of my house, you know, in Queen's Gate, Mews. And there he'd be. And as he saw me, he'd get out of his seat. Good morning, sir. Open the door for me. I get out. Oh, good morning, Mark. How are you today? I'm very well, sir. I'd be a young, good-looking one. We're not having some old codger drive me around, thank you very much. Be a nice, young, good-looking one, about 30 years old. 30, 35, like that. And how was your day today, sir? It was very nice, thank you very much, Mark. Where would you like to go today, sir? I'd like to go and visit my sister up north. OK, sir. And off we'd go. How wonderful. What sort of car? Oh, Bentley. I don't like flash cars. I don't like Porsches, Ferraris, anything like that. Vulgar cars. No, Bentley, thank you. Maybe a Rolls Royce. Bentley or Rolls Royce. I might sit in the back, you know, have a little bit of television on, playing in the background, watch something sensible like a Tom and Jerry cartoon while I'm travelling along. BBC News 24, see what the latest that they've got is happening in the world. How wonderful would that be? Andrew says he likes the houses on Chester Square in Belgravia. And the Mews are quieter. They are very quiet. Oh, lovely. I'd like one of those. I could do a show from London then, couldn't I? Live from Queen's Gate, London. I like the sound of that. Ray says, I think Euston Road will be single file for 4 years. Oh, please don't say that. Really? Because the last couple of days after the last couple of jobs, was it Friday and yesterday? Yesterday I went through Marble Arch, that way, all the way along. Funnily enough, it took me past Selfridges, all the way past Selfridges, and that way, rejoining the Euston Road, where you can go to either Camden or Euston. So I turned right back onto the Euston Road, past that whole area. And on Friday night, it took me right round the back. I can't think where now. Yeah, that's right. I went along along the canal through, what is the name of that area? Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the area. And then through Camden and round the back and up the back there. Yeah, so it's not taking me on that road at all at the moment. Alan says at the Ritz it's £5.60 for a can of Coke. How would you know that? They won't let you in there, mate. You been in the Ritz? I've never been in the Ritz. I haven't been in the Ritz yet. Not been in the Ritz yet. Would I use the voucher? Yeah, Mary says, would I use the £100 voucher? Yeah, but I wouldn't have another afternoon tea there. No, I can use the voucher on anything. I might buy another pair of jeans. I already bought one pair in Selfridges this week, which I'm hoping will arrive this week. I've got fitted jeans now, Mary. Yes, fitted jeans. No longer will they look like they're hanging off me. And they're only a size 32 waist. Thank you very much. Mind you, not as thin as you at the moment, are they? Mary, are you still in the hospital attached to some sort of machine? She's having all sorts pumped in her at the moment. New blood. She managed to get hold of some new blood this week. Have you got a picture of the person that provided the blood, Mary? You don't want some old skank, do you, darling? You want someone nice providing you the blood, dear. Can you just imagine getting Jeremy Corbyn's blood? Oh, my God. That would be awful, wouldn't it? Awful. When you're having a blood transfusion, Mary, do they provide a picture of the person whose blood it is that you are receiving? And is it always like human? Can they get like the blood from dogs or cats as well and use that? Does it have to be human blood? Hello, we're just going to give you some blood. Oh, can you tell me where that's come from? Jeremy Corbyn. Oh, I don't want it. Or that dreadful Piers Morgan. Oh, isn't he ghastly? It's from Piers Morgan. No, I don't want it. Thank you very much. Good morning, Weird City citizen, joining us late today. Oh dear. Look. Alan lives 5 minutes from the Olympic Stadium. There's two little cafe huts. Cup of tea is only £2. That's still £2 to me for a cup of tea sounds dear. £1.20 maximum. £1.20 maximum. That's where. Five Guys' expenses as well, Andy. Alan, but I do like the food in there. Andy says, I found a tenner just before Christmas. Bought a scratch card and doubled my money. That used to be a programme that did double your money. I bet Ray Reynolds has got a few of those on compact disc, haven't you? Alan says he lost the tenner that day. Oh, dear. No corner shops in Regent Park, though. That's okay. I'll have it delivered. Actually, I don't like shopping. I've never had supermarket shopping delivered. Never. I like to go around and browse, don't you? Charles laughs at others on recumbent trikes doing the marathon races in my area. For years we laughed. Then I got one. Best bike I've ever had. And it looks like I'm a Lotus instant celebrity. You certainly are. Good morning, Kevin, in Australia. Our cold spell is over, actually, Kevin. It's all right today. Today it is about 55 degrees Fahrenheit. It's somewhere between 55 and 60, which I've worked out to be approximately 96 degrees centigrade today here in the UK. So it's about 50. I do Fahrenheit. I'm old school. So it's somewhere between 55 and 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which I have personally worked out with my wonderful knowledge of maths to be about 92 degrees centigrade. Thank you. So it's not too bad at all today. I've been listening to your programme, enjoying it. Hope you're enjoying your cool spell over there. Hope it gets warmer soon. Yeah, it has warmed up. It's not too bad at all now. Too bad. Andy says he can see me in a rolls. Yeah, I can as well, Andy. Definitely. We've done no stories yet today, have we? I've just been reading your messages out. I should do stories. Good morning, Shania, who's like in the background. Thank you, Shania. I've tried various... Usually we have a picture up there as well. And I've tried a couple, but they just don't look right. Can I try them out on you? Do you mind if I try them out of you? Let's just finish off these messages. Shania's just out of church. Yeah, me too, Shania. I have to say, the sermon this morning from Father David was very good. Very good, and he was quite humorous today. Father David is Irish. He's the priest at the church I go to, Corpus Christi in Wokingham. And he's very, very pleased that the Irish have won the rugby. The Irish, and he's very excited because St. Patrick's Day. Hail, glorious St. Patrick, dear saint of our all. He's very pleased, isn't he? Yes. Cherry blossom season. Let's have a look. Right. Oh no! Mary thinks it was Jeremy Corbyn's blood. He'd be someone probably that would donate blood, wouldn't he, Jeremy Corbyn? I think he's got a heart of gold. I absolutely do. I'm not joking with you. Just because you're not on one party or the other doesn't mean that you dislike someone. There's a couple of people that absolutely think Theresa May is just evil. We don't do politics really on here, but just to say, Theresa May is a really evil person and she's disgusting and she's horrible and she must die. I mean, what an awful thing to say. Really? Really? You know, I'm not a fan of Jeremy Corbyn's politics, really, but I think he's absolutely got a heart of gold. Whatever party you're with, I do believe that they are doing the best that they think. So she's doing what she thinks, but he wants to do what he thinks is best. He wants to do what and so on and so forth, you know. Just because you don't agree with someone's thoughts doesn't mean you should dislike them. And there's a lot of that going on Facebook and Twitter all the time, isn't there? Have you noticed that? Just because someone doesn't agree with what you think or say, they are evil and they must die. It's just, I don't know how we've got to that. It wasn't like that a few years ago, was it really? Steve Allen, apparently, on LBC's got a Bentley. He's not well at the moment, is he? He's got a bad chest, Steve. Bad chest. Very, very bad chest. Right, so can I just show you these two pictures? Weird City Citizen says, I love watching Theresa May just for the mess she gets into. Oh, well, they all do, don't they? The best one, if you want to watch a messy politician, Diane Abbott. She's the best one. My God, how the hell did she ever get into it? Diane Abbott. Oh, dear. Right, let's have a look. Right, so here's one. Now, it just doesn't work, does it? Watch. Oh, hang on, I can't see the now. I can't see the now. Where's the now gone? I've lost the now, haven't I? Oh, here it is, here it is. Right? Doesn't work, does it? Doesn't work. I mean, forget the fact that it just does not work, does it? Look, I've got another one. 1 minute. even the London skyline. Just a minute now. And then I tried. Well, actually, that was the second. That was the second one I tried. Then I tried this one first. Look. What are you in? No, it just doesn't work, does it? I don't know if it's because the colours behind me are so vibrant that putting a picture there just doesn't seem to work at the moment. Do you agree? That doesn't work, does it either? No. I mean, there's the other one that I had up there, the other London one. Let's try. Let me go and get that. 1 minute. This is the one that was up before. The nails disappeared into the wall. 1 minute. Put that up there. Oh, well. How's that one? No, it doesn't, does it? It just doesn't work. Doesn't work. So we're going to just... I think we'll just leave it as it is. For some reason, it just doesn't work. There's too much behind it there. It's because that's all branches and all that. I think a picture on there just doesn't seem to work anymore at the moment. So we're going to leave that pictureless. With that, of course, We have to have the Queen there, darling, and the great Barry Manilow, and a picture of Mum's up there as well, and a clock. Sometimes I think you can overdo it with too much stuff at the back there. Yeah, everyone agrees it is too much, isn't it? Good. All right, let's do a little couple of news items for you this morning. What about this Russian business going on at the moment? I did touch on this yesterday, the whole Russian bit. Now, if you were out, Salisbury is where this Russian... double. I don't know if it was a double spy. I don't know the full ins and out of the story, but is this ex-Russian spy or something that they reckon, the papers and everyone reckons, that the Russians have tried to kill. Well, he's not dead yet, I don't think. But this all happened in a restaurant. Now, in the BBC website this morning, it says up to 500 Salisbury pub goers and diners have been told to wash possessions as a precaution after nerve agent traces were found. I mean, you're not even safe to go out for a meal anymore, are you? God's sake, man. I'm very worried about us going to Selfridges for the afternoon tea. What if someone might have been trying to be murdered there? I've had endless showers just in case I picked up any of this dodgy stuff. Dear me, I've decided to sing for you at the end of the show, which is coming shortly. We'll do the birthdays, and then I'm going to sing it right at the end, which gives you the opportunity to turn off and not miss anything else. Okay, I'll do it right at the very end. I'm going to sing Mother of Mine, because it's Mother's Sunday. Okay. So that's that, and there's another thing here. Actually, this is quite a long story, and I think I'll save this for another show. I'll save that for another show. Yeah, it was all to do with being addicted to your phone. Perhaps one or two of you are. I think I'm borderline addicted to my phone. I try now to leave it somewhere. For example, if I'm going to watch a program on, like, for example, lunchtime. It's just coming up to lunchtime now. I'll do my lunch and I'll probably watch an episode of Mr. Selfridge on the telly for lunch because I like that programme. Oh, by the way, anyone watching Casualty? Jack Naylor was in Casualty this week, wasn't she? From Holby City. Jack Naylor was in We like Jack Naylor. Boy, she's so cold. I love her. Anyway, yes, I'll probably do that at lunchtime. But I'll leave the phone in the kitchen. Otherwise, you're leaning every few minutes. Oh, let me just check this. And I'm a bit like that as well, I must admit. So I found this article written in The Sun this morning by Stacey Halls. Are you addicted to your phone? How to dump your phone addiction in 30 days and get your life back. And it's quite an interesting article. So I think I'll save that for another show when we've got a bit more time, because we've already been chatting now for, blimey, an hour, haven't we? I'll do one more story because this is a Mother's Day story, okay? This is in this morning's Sun as well. Mother's Day has been renamed Your Day by Waitrose, in a bid to be more gender neutral. I'm just so sick of these ridiculous ideas. I really am. You know, I don't think there's a single day now that I don't turn on the telly and another ridiculous thing that someone has decided to do fills me with despair. And this is another one. A supermarket has started selling gender-neutral Mother's Day cards as Happy Your Day in an attempt to be more transgender inclusive. Now, no one is rejecting anyone who's transgender or anything like that. I don't understand why we go so far out of our way for such a small, tiny amount of people. I don't get it at all. This is just madness go wrong. I know all sorts of people, all colours, all races, girls, boys, gay, straight, transgender, whatever. But Why do we have to keep referring to these things? So this is the latest thing. Waitrose has dropped the M word, the Mother's Day word. How many years have we had Mother's Day? How many years have we had Mother's Day? And then they've come out with this. And Waitrose, come on. It's like all these people and businesses and shops are trying to keep in with what they think is going on. But I can't be the only one who thinks like this. In fact, I know I'm not. Because when I talk to people, they just roll their eye. Oh, here we go again. And that's how I am. Oh, here we go again. Little groups all the time. Just hundreds and hundreds of little groups. You can find some of them on the Facebook there. I'm all for giving everyone exactly the same chances and all this, that and the other. But Mother's Day is Mother's Day, isn't it? Christmas Day is Christmas Day. Easter is Easter. And why is there Easter? Why is there... Well, in my mind, Easter is there because Jesus died on the cross and all that business, right? There's people out there, they've got no clue. They don't know. Or why should it be anything to do with that? No, nothing to do with that at all. Yes, it is, you idiot. Yes, it is. Well, here we go. Waitrose has dropped the mother word from some of Mother's Day cards it sells and replaced the word with Happy You Day as part of its range. Waitrose has said the move was aimed at broadening out who the cards go to, whether it's grandmas or transgender mums. Well, surely, if you are a transgender mum, you would want to receive a card that says Happy Mother's Day, wouldn't you? Don't you want to be the same as a mother? How does that work? Why is there a special card if you're a transgender mum? Why not just have happy? You are a mother, are you not? Are you a transgender mum? Well, why doesn't it just say mum? Why does it have to say Happy Your Day? How ridiculous is that? Obviously, I'm not transgender, so I'm not. This is just my opinion. If you was a transgender mother, wouldn't you want to receive a card from your child saying Happy Mother's Day? Traditional cards are still sold by the upmarket grocery chain. And there's lots of people tweeting bits and pieces there about that. Some schools, including a junior school in County Durham, Highbank School in West Yorkshire, have marked the event on their websites as Special Persons Day. Or Mothers and Special Persons Day. But it was never a special person. I might be a special person. I'd like to think that I'm perhaps a special person in my great nephews and great nieces' lives. I'd like to, perhaps one day I might be a bit more of a special person in their life than I am now. But I wouldn't expect to get a card on Mother's Day because it's not Special Persons Day. It's Mother's Day for mothers. Now, mothers don't necessarily have to be one of those people that born the child. Indeed, my mother there, I was adopted. But that is my mother, so she is my mother. If you are a transgender mother, then surely you are someone's mother, not your special person. I don't get it. The move has angered social media movers who vented their rage on Twitter. Who's running these damn schools? The news comes after Coca-Cola redesigned its Diet Coke cans to be gender neutral. They redesigned the Diet Coke cans to be gender neutral. Did you ever look at a Coke can and think, oh, that's a man Coke can, or that's a woman Coke can? Huh? They're all I don't know who's running these bloody companies anymore. The soft drink jar is targeting men and women who are non-binary. Now, how many of those is there? How many of those is there? Non-binary people. Meaning they do not exclusively identify as masculine or feminine, instead of its more traditional focus on how many of those are they? So you change an entire thing of drinks to satisfy about 10 people. And it's just the whole political correctness thing gone mad once again. It really is. Charles says, Mother's Day is for getting your money and not your love. Well, you don't have to spend loads of money on something, do you, for Mother's Day? You really don't. You know. Okay. Ross says, I am a special person. Well, you are a special person, Ross. Charles says, the lady that started Mother's Day regretted ever starting it. Read her pain as they commercialise. Oh, it's all commercialised. It's like Valentine's Day, isn't it, though? You know. Don't buy anything on Valentine's Day. No, leave it a week and then you get everything half the price. Oh, dear. There we are. Terry says it's true. Fed up with people hijacking special days to fit their ideas. Oh, I'm sick of it. Absolutely sick of it. Anyone else saying anything on that there? Mary says that sort of nonsense just sends me up the wall. It is nonsense, though. It absolutely is nonsense. Good. Glad Ross likes the new background. Right, we're going to do today's birthdays now, boys and girls. Okay, and then I'll sing you Mother of Mine in my wonderful baritone voice, boys and girls, in full stereo for those of you with suitable decoders, okay? Andrew says it's crazy, all that business about the cards. And Andrew also says Brighton and Hove Council says ID gender badges will create a more inclusive environment. Well, don't they want to be inclusive by, you know, it's like this whole LGBTQI, but what's all that? You're not including everyone, you're separating them. Are you gay? Oh no, I'm actually the fourth letter down. What? Idiots. I don't know who comes out with this sort of stuff in the first place. And why are they given airtime on the television as well? Right, birthday time then. Now, we've got quite a few birthdays today, as it happens. Oh, Terry! I didn't know it was your birthday today. Terry, who's with us today, is a young 54 years old. 1 year behind me, Terry. Happy birthday, Terry! In Gran Canaria for his birthday. Yes, that's not bad, is it? I went to New York for my 50th birthday 5 years ago, and that was to see Barry Manilow, but also to avoid any surprise parties that anyone thought they were going to throw. I couldn't bear that. I couldn't bear to be thrown a surprise party for my birthday. That would do my head in. Isn't that funny? And yet I've done that for years and years. That's what I do. Little DJing for parties and things like that. Happy birthday, Terry. Happy birthday to the lovely Deanna Bell. Happy birthday, Deanna. That was your house the other day I saw, wasn't it? Oh, she got a lovely house. It's like the Waltons. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Beautifully cut grass. Although I thought one bit was a little bit crooked, Deanna. Perhaps if you could fix that before next time you take another photo. Happy birthday, Deanna. Dave Moses is a young 32 years old today. Dave runs a radio station, Hebden Radio. Happy birthday, Dave. A young 32 years old today. Vybornova, Christina, is 34 years old today. Happy birthday, darling. Cristian Vassell is 33 years old today. Happy birthday. Pearly Monsoon. DJ Pearl E. Monsoon, who I haven't seen now for about 25 years. And she is a wonderful person. I used to see her at a club I used to go to called Trade at Turnmills. Some years ago now. It was the best club ever. Happy birthday, Pearl. Molly Allen Becker. Happy birthday to Molly today. Michael Lee Darrington. Happy birthday, Michael. Michael Wood is 43 years old today. Wayne Russell. Hello, Wayne. Happy birthday to you, sir. David Snow's birthday. Looking very good in that white vest, darling. Michael Darrington. Happy birthday to Michael Darrington. Oh, I think I've done that one already, haven't I? Have I done that? Oh, you got two. Oh, okay. You got two profile things. Mr. Beesly, Superdog. Happy birthday, Mr. Beesly. Are you a real person? is that a fake one? And Makkat Spice Radio is 41 years old today as well. So happy birthday to you. We weren't with you yesterday. Saturday, I'm finding it a bit difficult to do a show on Saturdays now, boys and girls, because I record my music and chat show, which you can hear tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock on uploadradio.com. That's a lot of fun, that is, okay? I get to play music from all time, actually. You'll find that tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, uploadradio.com. Yesterday's birthdays, we've got some yesterday, quite a few as well again. Steve Lambert in Australia, a very good friend of mine. I used to work with him in a bar in Clapham. And I've kept in contact all these years. I've visited him twice in Sydney as well. He took us to a lovely bar. I think it's gone now, the bar he took us to. But happy birthday to you, Steve. I hope you're doing very well, sir. Wayne Taylor. Yesterday, my good friend Wayne, who I went up. Some of you saw me with a great big pizza. That's who I went to have the pizza with. Wayne Taylor was 44 years old yesterday. He lives in a lovely place, and he actually overlooks. You can see St. Paul's Cathedral from his bedroom window or from his kitchen window. Happy birthday, Wayne. My very good friend, Wayne. Johnny Reese, who does a lot of radio as well. Happy birthday to you, Johnny. Mark Jenkins, DJ at the Bulldog. I think he's still at the Bulldog in Brighton. He also does some radio in Brighton. Is 55 years old today, same age as me. Happy birthday, Mark. Marsha, hope you're well. Martyn Collins is 50 years old yesterday. Marlene Warren was her birthday yesterday. Ralph Clapham, hello Ralph, 65 yesterday. And also Paul Bellman was also 65 years old yesterday. So here comes the song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Enjoy your birthday if it's your birthday today there, boys and girls. Quite a lot of them, about 25 birthdays in the last 2 days, wasn't there? Ross says music and chat show at 6 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. It's on tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. That's UK time, uploadradio.com. It's also on at 10 o'clock at night on a Monday. So it's 10 and 10, both ends. If you can't listen at those times, you can just get it on a catch-up thing as well by going to uploadradio.com. Click on Find a Show, click on C, Chris Reardon, okay? And then you want the Chris Reardon Show. And it's got all of them there, actually, all those that I've done. It's also got some chat shows there. United Kingdom Talk, you don't want those. You want the music and chat show. Chris Reardon Show are all the music and chat shows, all right? Okay, here we go then. If you've got a mother close by, now I'm going to have to move my microphone here. I don't know how this is going to work. Now, I don't know the words, all the words, so you will see me glance across at the screen now and then because I've got the words coming up there, and I shall try and sing this for you, okay? So let's go. You ready? Ready? Here we go. Here we go. Especially to... Hang on a minute. I haven't changed the camera yet, have I? Where is that now? Is that one there? Is that you? Oh, it's a bit bright, isn't it? Hang on. Bit bright. 1 minute. Configure. Advanced. There we are. That's better, isn't it? Is that better? There you go. Sorry, that was a bit bright then, weren't it? It was a bit bright. Here we go then. Mother of mine. Especially for everyone's mums today. Mother of mine, you gave to me all of my life to do as I please. I owe everything I have to you, mother, sweet mother of mine. Mother of mine, when I was young, you showed me the right way. Things had to be done. Without your love, where would I be? Mother, sweet mother of mine. Mother, you gave me happiness, much more than words can say. I thank the Lord, He may bless you every night and every day. Mother of mine, now I am grown, and I can walk straight all on my own. I'd like to give you what you gave to me, mother, sweet mother of mine. Mother, you gave me happiness, much more than words can say. I thank the Lord that he may bless you every night and every day. Mother of mine, now I am grown, and I can walk straight all on my own. I'd like to give you what you gave to me, mother, sweet mother of mine. There we are, mother of mine. Not the best backing track, I have to say. And this will be available on as CD and MP3 as tomorrow on Apple iTunes, just 69 pence a copy. That's it for the show today. Thanks very much for joining me. I do hope you have a lovely Sunday, okay? And if you have forgotten your mum, there's still time to go down to that supermarket and get some flowers. No petrol station flowers. That you're better not to do anything if you're going to take them petrol. Don't go and buy petrol station flowers. They stink of diesel and petrol, and it's not a nice thing to have for your Mother's Day. I love you very much. Thanks very much for watching and listening. And I'll see you again tomorrow morning around about 9:15, 9:30 here on Facebook Live, Periscope and YouTube as well. Dinner time. See you soon. Bye-bye.